Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Facebook Live. My name is Laura Betts. I am Vice President of Hyperbarics RX. Vice President. No, I'm president of this one. I'm Vice President of something else. I'll do my titles in a minute. Anyway, welcome. Thanks for coming out. If you're seeing me on the live stream, again, thank you for watching us and welcome. I do Facebook Lives every Monday night, and we cover a wide variety of topics. Last week, we talked about our 2024 diet goals using quantum nutrition testing and DNA analysis. A lot of people do very good things, but is that good thing the best thing for them? So actually crushing your 2024 goals using state-of-the-art analysis to figure out what your body really needs and come up with something that's realistic. So we talked about that last week, so please go and check that out. And then December 4th, we talked about anti-aging and life extension mechanisms of hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is regenerative medicine. It is a very cool thing, and shared some data on that. And there's a really neat link in that video to the study that I talked about. So again, we do Facebook Lives every Monday at 6 o'clock. So we again, thank you so much for coming out and joining us this evening. So tonight's topic that I'm going to be talking about is specifically, why did the hyperbaric chamber get warm at the beginning of the dive? One of the neat things here, we're an ANDI certified hyperbaric facility. In addition to that, we are a freestanding hyperbaric facility. And those of you that are listening and have not been to our facility, we are located on West Commercial Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we are a holistic health center specializing in hyperbaric medicine, using it to help the body heal quicker and more efficiently. In some cases, we can heal things that are regarded as unhealable. So if you're struggling, if you just want to be more healthy, if you want to do biohacking and anti-aging, performance enhancement, we work with a wide variety of health topics, and just give us a call at our number and we'll be happy to give you a consultation. I am founder of Hyperbarics RX. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy plays a significant role in my well-being and my overall health and lifestyle. So not just a spokesperson, also a client. And in addition to being the founder of Hyperbarics RX, I am a longtime member of the Diving and Hyperbaric Medical Board for ANDI International. Hyperbarics RX is an ANDI certified hyperbaric facility. We have certified chamber operators on staff, and that's a really big deal. The good news is it's really hard to hurt somebody with a hyperbaric chamber. But the bad news is that regulation is very reactive. So because there has been so few incidents, there is so little enforcement. And while that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get hurt, it also doesn't necessarily mean that the trained staff are creating the best opportunity for efficacy or even administering a dosage that is capable of meeting your individual health and healing journey goals. So some neat things there. I am also vice president, see there's the vice president from before, of substance abuse programming and protocol integration for the International Hyperbaric Medical Foundation. So I'm actively involved in research and all different aspects of the industry, and we bring that information to our clients to help improve their outcomes all the time. So again, the topic that we're going to talk about tonight is Charles's Law. And I do want to mention again that we are a research and training site as well. So if you are looking at becoming a certified chamber operator, we are one of the ANDI certified training facilities, and we look forward to seeing you here for your part 2 hands-on. All right, so into our topic. So we're specifically talking tonight about why the chamber gets hot. And this relates to a laws of physics. It's specifically called Charles's Law. And as ANDI certified chamber operators here, our goal is to provide a really comfortable hyperbaric experience. And there's a lot that goes into making sure that hyperbaric experience is comfortable, especially here in Florida. Now, one of the things that we are dealing with hyperbaric medicine is some laws of physics. And one of those laws of physics is something called Charles's Law. And Charles's Law basically states that gas temperature and gas density increase in direct proportion to pressure. That's one of the reasons why compressors, air compressors, when they are working, they generate heat. And that is one of the reasons why when we pressurize the chamber, it generates a small amount of heat. Now, some people don't notice it, and we do a good job here of keeping the facility cool. In fact, that would be a red flag for a potentially negative hyperbaric experience. If you were to go into a hyperbaric facility and the hyperbaric facility seemed unusually warm, if the facility didn't seem air conditioned, there is Charles's Law is part of the deal here. So one of the things we do to help make sure that our chambers are comfortable, to help minimize this temperature increase. And again, not everybody notices it. Some people do. And once we reach target pressure, once we have finished the pressurization cycle of the chamber, only about the first 10 to 15 minutes or so of the session, the chamber temperature cools back down. And in addition to making sure that our facility is cool before we start the dives, we also have cooling systems connected to our air delivery system. And that also helps to make sure that the gas that's going into the chambers when it comes out of the compressors is more cool to begin with. Again, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to making sure that the hyperbaric experience is a positive experience. Now, nothing is wrong. Again, when we compress gases, we increase the density, right? We're squishing molecules together. And when we squish molecules together, it generates heat. And again, once we reach target pressure, it very, very quickly levels out. In fact, many people that dive with us actually need sheets and blankets. And that's one of the things that is also a possibility. So in some cases, during the pressurization cycle, if you were to feel too warm in the beginning of the session, it's very likely that you have sheets and blankets on. So the chamber operator will remind you to go ahead and take the sheets and blankets off. Sheets and blankets in hyperbaric chambers work just like sheets and blankets in bedrooms. But sometimes, and it is a very interesting thing, because the person is in an unfamiliar situation, our brain sometimes doesn't work as well as we'd like it to. And even though it seems very obvious that if you were under a blanket and felt warm, that you would just take the blanket off, believe it or not, that doesn't always happen in a hyperbaric chamber. And that's a really neat example of a little subtlety. And one of the reasons why it's really important that certified chamber operators are running the chamber. Someone who hasn't taken an ANDI certified chamber operator program, well, they might not be educated about Charles's Law. They might not know that, oh, look, they look like they're getting hot. I'm going to make sure to let them know that once we get to target pressure, it's going to come back down. Oh, I'm going to get on the comm and remind them that they want to go ahead and take the blanket off. So responding to that, we might even pause the pressurization cycle to just take a moment for the person to relax. Hyperbaric very often, even though it's a non-invasive experience, for a lot of people, they haven't done it before. They're associating it with other things that they may be afraid of. And not because the hyperbaric is the problem, but humans are experiential creatures. So a lot of times we have people, they're thinking about an MRI. Hyperbaric really isn't anything like an MRI. It's a really positive, wonderful experience. But there are all these differences there. So this is one of the things that the certified chamber operator is managing for you. Now, interestingly enough, along the same line with this, just as the pressure increases, the temperature and density of the gas also increases, just like that's the reason why it gets a little bit warm as we increase the pressure in the chamber. The reverse is also true. So at the end of the hyperbaric session, when we start to depressurize the system, sometimes people notice that it gets cool. And that's for the same reason. It's for Charles's Law. And when we're expanding the gases, it actually generates cooling. And that is the principle. of the laws of physics that we're dealing with here. And Charles's law is the reason why it gets cool at the end of the hyperbaric session. And it's not uncommon for us to see people that maybe they have their sheets and their blankets and they just have them maybe covering over their waist or up to their chest with their arms out on their lap. And as the chamber is depressurizing, we'll see them pick the blanket up. And if for some reason you're doing a hyperbaric session and you felt a little too cool at the end of the session, then you definitely want to let your Andy certified chamber operator here at Hyperbarics RX know. We can't fix it if we don't know it's wrong. And we'll make sure that next time we see you for your next hyperbaric session, we'll give you an extra blanket. Again, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes to making sure that the hyperbaric chamber experience is comfortable. It has to be something that you want to do. Some of the protocols, some of the blocks, they may have a person diving a few times a week. In the case of concussion and traumatic brain injury and some of the infectious diseases and some of the more acute conditions, the hyperbaric chamber session is done every day for a period of time. So it really needs to be a great experience for you. Your comfort considerations need to be taken into account, and then it needs to be consistent each time you dive. So I hope this information was informative. I hope it gave you a little bit perspective on some of the physics behind the scenes here. I hope it emphasized, again, one of the many benefits of why you want your hyperbaric chamber session administered by an Andy certified chamber operator in an Andy certified hyperbaric facility. And I thank you again for joining us this evening. As a reminder, I do Facebook Lives every Monday at 6 o'clock. And we do have the videos of past Facebook Lives up on our video page. So please feel free to check them out. If you have a question, of course, send us an email or send us a message. We love to share information. And as we go into the 2024 year, can you believe it's 2024? We really want to help you meet your goals. I know that a lot of people have just given up on their health. I hear this all the time. And why bother? Why try? I may as well just eat the crappy food because I'm going to die anyway. And that's not a healthy attitude to have in general. And it doesn't have to be that way. I think you may be surprised how with some surprisingly easy, subtle changes, you can transform your life. It's very easy to do things that we like to do. And one of the neat things that happens, if you just give it a chance, if you just give us a chance, we can make subtle little changes. And those little changes feel good. And we like to do things that feel good. And it tends to promote more little changes that turn into big changes. And before you know it, you're in the best shape of your life. And now we're doing anti-aging and biohacking and targeted wellness. So we look forward to playing a role in your health and wellness in the 2024 new year. And again, my name is Laura Betts with Hyperbarics RX. Thank you again for joining me this Facebook Live. If you're watching it on the replay, please check out our other videos, and thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.